Well, let's go to the museum ship, the Valley Camp. You hear that sound there? This is the hydroelectric power generating plant. Water flowing from Lake Superior comes through there. You see it coming out of it after spinning those dynamos. Okay, you're looking across the canals at Canada. The Valley Camp carried taconite. In case you don't know what taconite is, which I don't either. It's an iron-bearing, high silica, flint-like rock. Taconite. Remember that. There's a compass. Another picture. These are large emergency wheels with brass binnacle located on the cargo deck. The David Dow is a 5-masted schooner, the largest sailing ship on the Great Lakes. All right, this is looking down into the cargo hold to this huge replica of the ship, the steamship Independence. The keel was laid in 1843 and in 1846 or 1853. Her boiler blew up and killed 4 people. I like this name, the SS Yank Canuck, Canadian and American. Early shipbuilding tools. Lots of hand tools, planes. And look at that foot-powered sharpener, blade sharpener. Steam trunk. Oh, it's more carpenter tools. Look at those big saws. Iroquois Point Lighthouse. And ooh, here's a Fresno fourth order of the fourth order. Man, that thing is bright. All right, this looks like the Coast Guard guy here. He looks kind of young though. Look, he's got on boots. Wow, look at all these knots. Did they have to know all of these? Life-saving stations on the Great Lakes. There were plenty of them. Coast Guard cutter, brought to you by Budweiser. And here's a lifeboat. Buoys. Lights. Whistle. I guess these are lights and whistles. The U.S. Weather Bureau. The Edwin Gott. Self-unloader. And this was the SS Eastland, Speed Queen of the Great Lakes, a passenger ship. Oh, what happened? She was leaving dock when the tug blew his whistle. The passengers all rushed to that side to watch this steam by. The pronounced list caused her water ballast to run to the low side, causing her to roll over. Her bow was only 19 feet from the wharf, and her stern was 37 feet. She penned 812 passengers on her underside with no chance of exit. The loss of life from this tragedy totaled 835 persons. Tragedy occurred at the annual Western Electric Employee Picnic. What do they mean by footers? 1,000 footers, okay. These are lanterns and instruments, steam gauges. Coal bunker. This was a coal-fired boiler. Boy, it must have stunk down here, huh? You can smell the coal. Scotch boilers. Oh, this is the guts. The fire room. These are the gauges, the steam gauges, pressure gauges. The triple expansion steam engine was a standard engine used by the shipping industry for many years. The term triple expansion is derived from the idea that the steam is used 3 times. Imagine the noise, the clanging machinery, the stench, the heat. Of course, it's probably nice in the wintertime. It's the steam-powered steering unit. And look at this washing machine here, huh? Air compressor. Sponge bath used to filter out the impurities of the water used to cool the engine. Wow, look at that. Kind of hard to decipher unless you're a machinist. Looking at one of the portholes at the locks. Still kind of cool and cloudy outside. The head aboard a ship, the bathroom facilities were known as the head. Look at this lifeboat. This is a memorial, Marine Hall of Fame or something like that. Boy, this thing is massive, isn't it? Up on the deck, wow, what a difference in temperature. And there's the locks in the marina. This is how they loaded it, right here. Imagine climbing up that rig in there. This is their sleeping quarters. And what are these cables for?
Did you and Johnny come over this far to look here too or not?
Pronounced
Do you want to go up here?
bulk cell.
Yeah, I don't think
the home of the crew members that worked at the bow of the ship. In front is the wireless room. The two 9.1 anchors dropped with steam-powered winches. All right, these are for the anchors. These are winches. Step over. And here's your comfortable berth here. One chair, a fan, life jacket. This must have been the captain. He had an easy chair here. No, the captain would have his own room. They got an easy chair. Looks a little plusher. Notice the wood trimming in here. Here's the head. And the shower, maybe. Wheelsman. The wheelsman's main duty was steering the ship. Other duties include operating and unloading the boom, standing on deck watch while in port. The watchman controls the winches. The deckhand assists as a lookout. Cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. Well, I haven't heard that before. That sounds pretty cold. You may have not known this, but this saying came from the back in the days when every sailing ship had to have a cannon for protection. The cannon of the times required round iron cannonballs. The captain or master wanted to store the cannonballs such as they would be in instant use and needed, not roll around on deck. The solution was to stack them up in a square-based pyramid next to the cannon. A small brass plate, referred to as a brass monkey, had one rounded indentation for each cannonball in the bottom layer. The brass was used because cannonballs would not rust to the brass monkey. When the temperature falls, the brass contracts in size faster than the iron. As it got cold on the gun decks, the indentation of the brass monkey would get smaller than the iron balls they were holding. If the temperature got cold enough, the bottom layer would pop out of the now small indentations, spilling the entire pyramid of the deck. Literally cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. The windlass. I guess this was the wheelsman, the watchman, and the deck watch. Powered winch used to raise the anchors. Steam powered. It's all kinds of pieces of equipment that can snag you if you're not careful. Crush your fingers, etc. The life of rally means a sailorman's good time and all that goes with it, or sometimes used by sailors to refer to an easy ship, where reveille is a little later and early liberty and good chow are the rule. Up to the pilot house and check out the view. All right, my next tour will be of the tower. Whoa, it's windy on the deck here. So this is the front of the boat. Captain responsible for navigation, engineering, personnel. Great Lakes captain act as pilots in confined waterways and at docks, instructing the wheelman on where to steer the ship. He is on duty 24 hours a day and could be called to the pilot house at any time. Now, this is something new, radar. They didn't have it when this ship was first put into service. All right, here's a nautical chart. And here's Sault Ste. Marie showing the locks. Speaking to you, that was before telephones. Engine room telegraph, which is the control, boiler control. Wind and speed, general alarm, gyro compass repeater. Look at the radar. Wind radio direction finder. That's an older navigation gear. It's low frequency. This is looking towards Lake Huron. Looking across the locks to Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. And it must have been something with the walking on this deck with in a storm. Or maybe they didn't walk on the deck in a storm. Look at this spruce tree. Isn't that a lovely tree? And the old power plant is kind of a Victorian looking building. It's a buoy and a bicycle. More buoys. And I guess this was a cruise, machine crew. So sleeping quarters, kind of Spartan. One bathroom for all these guys, and look, a shower. I got a shower and a head. Wow, it's not very big, is it? And I guess the coffee machine was always going. That's where the food was prepared. This would be the best place to work because it was always warm. You didn't have to go outside. Officers and the guests ate their meals here. Whoa, the dining room. Pretty plush, huh? Look, they even got skylights. These are portraits of ships mainly. This is the interior cargo hold. Look how the floor is indented from the weight of the cargo. Man, this thing's massive. Why is the deck uneven here? Over the years, the 1/4-inch steel plates you're currently standing on were pounded, bent, and warped by thousands of tons of coal, taconite, and grain. This is lifeboat broken in half from the Edmund Fitzgerald. It broke up in 50-knot gales and 10-foot waves. These are the men who died. This is a freighter canoe made of birch bark. It's 22 feet. This is an Indian village.